Hi, this is Allie with GreenAlleyCBD.com, and this is part 2 of our pain segment, CBD and pain. The last segment, we talked about all the different kinds of pain, muscle pain, nerve pain, migraine, all of these different types of pain, and why CBD can support this type of pain, because we are feeding the endocannabinoid system. The endocannabinoid system is a newly discovered system. When they were researching pot, they found we have this regulatory system in our body, and it regulates. It regulates perception to pain, pain and inflammation. Okay, inflammation is the bane of our existence. We get inflammation from food, from toxins, from environmental toxins that we have in the water, from our cosmetics. It goes on and on and on. From stress. Stress creates inflammation. And do you know what follows inflammation in the body? Cancer. Okay? So we got to get rid of inflammation, whether it's joint pain, nerve pain. When we feed this endocannabinoid system, when we support it, when we jumpstart it, and in many people, this endocannabinoid system isn't even working. But when we jumpstart this system, some of the inflammation goes away. The pain goes away, the perception to pain, our joy gets lifted. The endocannabinoid system is in charge of pretty much everything in our body, including regulating and balancing the nervous system, our lymphatic system, which is our detox, and then our limbic system, which is our memory. When we get an injury, the body remembers that injury. When we get tendinitis, the body starts seeing the inflammation and remembering it and keeps putting these inflammatory cytokines into that area. And the immune system goes into hyperdrive, overdrive, creating more inflammation. So what we've got to do is use something like a cortisone shot that goes in and interrupts the pain cycle, interrupts the inflammatory cycle, but then bathes it with anti-inflammatories. That's not a cortisone shot, it's CBD. And that's what CBD does. It jumpstarts the endocannabinoid system into doing all of these functions in the body that Western medicine has no idea this endocannabinoid system exists, because it's attached to pot. So at Green Alley CBD, the CBD that you get only comes from the hemp plant. It's not a Schedule 1 drug. It's a dietary supplement. You can get it online at my store, at CVS, and all over the country. If you go to the dispensary, you are getting a different CBD product. You are getting something that has THC in it. It's considered a Schedule 1 drug. You cannot take it out of the state, and you cannot take it into many countries and or fly with it. Those are federal regulations. It's ridiculous. But what I have back here is, this is the hemp plant. This little plant, this cutting that I took out from the yard, is a hemp plant. Looks just like a marijuana plant, smells like a marijuana plant, even smokes like a marijuana plant, but it is a hemp plant, which means that it has no THC in it. So both of these are hemp plants that I took cuttings along with the butterfly bush and the rose. So the government can't figure out that that's a hemp plant, and your state government can't figure that out either. So they've decided that marijuana with THC goes to the dispensaries. Hemp without THC goes online and to your stores and is a dietary supplement, just like your vitamins, your probiotics, and your omega-3s. What feeds the endocannabinoid system? How can you jumpstart this system into decreasing the pain decreasing the inflammation, two things. The two things that feed the endocannabinoid system, number one, omega-3 fatty acids. And when I say omega-3 fatty acids, I'm talking about specifically, look on the back of the label and look for DHA and EPA. It has to be on the back of the label. Now, this is fish oil. And I use on my, for my company, Designs for Health. They're third-party tested. They do plant-based herbs, and they also put in different minerals and trace electrolytes and other minerals and vitamins that actually accentuate each other and help you absorb it better. So that's why I picked Designs for Health. You can find them on my website. The newest thing that we're now trying to promote is krill oil, K-R-I-L-L. That's what the whales eat in the ocean. And it's actually even a better form than omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil. So it's better absorbed. You don't need as much. And I also have it on Designs for Health. So two things that feed the endocannabinoid system, omega-3 fatty acids. You should be taking between 2,000 and 5,000 milligrams a day. And if you're getting avocados every day, hemp seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds that are ground, you're getting a lot of omega-3s. If you're going to the restaurants and you're eating canned food, canned soups, salad dressings, many of those have vegetable oils, and those are omega-6s. If you were taking large amounts of omega-6s, then the omega-3s can't get into the body because the 6s have clogged up the omegas receptors. So if you have high amounts of omega-6s, fried foods, going to the restaurants a lot, in your salad dressings, canola oil, Wesson, Crisco, those are all omega-6s. We need to reduce the omega-6s and increase our omega-3s. So avocados, nuts, even eggs, and what else is on my list? You can get more, AskGreenAlley@gmail.com. Other omega-3s are the supplements, literally, okay? Oh, salmon, of course. So I also use Butcher Box. They're an Australian company. They're not close to me, which I do not like. But they're the only ones that I have found that will deliver to my door in a cardboard refrigerated freezer, frozen grass-fed and grass-finished beef and salmon. And I think they do poultry also. I get poultry here in Northern California, and I get eggs that are grass-fed, grass-finished, pasture-raised. I do have a local fisherman that goes way out there and gets wild-caught salmon, but I use Butcher Box because grass-fed, grass-finished means that if it's not finished, it's still going to the feedlot, and the first year of the cow's life was grass-fed. Well, I want it to be grass-finished. I want all the minerals and the trace elements that are in the grass to be in my beef, because everything we do now, we're purifying and sterilizing, and we're taking out all of the good bacteria, all of the minerals and the vitamins that are in the soil. We've taken those out. When you eat meat from a feedlot, i.e. anything that's not grass-fed, grass-finished, you're not getting those elements. And therefore, our system starts to become unbalanced. Those enzymes and minerals and vitamins are important for not only absorbing the vitamins or the proteins and the fats that we take in, but they're very, very important for many of these systems that the endocannabinoid system relies on. So we need a balance, okay? Get rid of the grains, get rid of the dairy, get rid of the sugar. Sugar is your number one component for pain because it increases inflammation. So again, feed the endocannabinoid system with CBD and omega-3s. Now, do we use a capsule a tincture under the tongue. So we have these bottles of oil. They have a push button, and you push squirt out a drop. One drop is 1 milligram. Why I like the liquid sublingual under the tongue oil, use it first, because you're figuring out how it works, and it's very effective and quick, and it works quickly in the body, and you get it into the bloodstream. When you put something under the tongue, you get it into the bloodstream almost immediately, and most of it goes into the bloodstream. We're bypassing the digestive system. When we bypass the digestive system, we don't have to wait for the oil to digest. We don't lose 30 to 40% of the medicine, and we get the feeling, the anti-inflammatory, the anti-pain effects immediately, okay? So when you learn how CBD supports this endocannabinoid system and takes the pain away, then you can go to capsules or gummies or something else that you have to digest. Does that make sense? Okay, so, and gummies I don't like either, but I have the best gummies on the market because they have no high fructose corn syrup. That's the number one sugar that is killing us all. That's the number one sugar that is creating fatty liver disease in our 5-year-old kids. So that is something that we all have to look at. High fructose corn syrup is in all your candy, in your cookies, in your sugary drinks. Any fruit juice has that in it. They're all fruit juice. Apple juice is the worst because it's got fructose in it. The liver sees fructose and has a really hard time digesting it and filtering it, and becomes fatty. It gets inflammation and becomes fatty, and it doesn't work as well. So we used to think of cirrhosis of the liver as an alcohol disease. That's the other thing that we can ingest, converts to sugar, converts to inflammation. Sugar is our number one inflammatory food that we eat. It also depresses and weakens the immune system. So we must start changing our diet, taking in supplements like omega-3s and CBD that support the endocannabinoid system. And last but not least, and very important, this is a vitamin D3 plus K2 supplement. Get your vitamin D blood serum tested. That has a huge correlation with inflammation. Vitamin D also modulates inflammation just like CBD. So they all work hand in hand, omega-3s, CBD, and vitamin D. But do not take vitamin D without vitamin K. Not potassium, but vitamin K. Vitamin K is our transport molecule, and it transports the calcium into the bones. When you take high amounts of vitamin D without the K, you're going to get hardening of the arteries. You're going to get kidney stones. You're going to get joint pain. That's the calcium getting deposited into the soft tissue and not into the bones. In order to get the calcium deposited into the bones, we need our vitamin K with our vitamin D. Oh, and by the way, vitamin D increases our calcium absorption by 20%. So that's why those two things go together. That's why I like Designs for Health, because they put molecules together to help us absorb, but also to be used in the right way in our bodies, okay? For instance, my turmeric capsules, they have omega-3, turmeric, and CBD. Excellent. So those are very synergistic. Turmeric is also anti-inflammatory. CBD, anti-inflammatory. Omega-3, anti-inflammatory, and helps us jumpstart our endocannabinoid system. And our omega-3s are fats. What likes fats? CBD and vitamin D. It all goes together. Okay, I hope that helps. And AskGreenAlley, ALLEY, @gmail.com. and I will answer your questions. Come to my website, learn a little bit more. We're doing Zoom video calls. We're doing Facebook Lives. Check in. Tell me what you need, how I can help. We also have now CBD coffee because we are going to find, we found already, we have too many toxins and our systems aren't working as well. We need CBD in our food. We need to take it every day as a maintenance tool. Keep the inflammation away. You can keep the disease away. And that's our number one goal. Our number two goal is joy and happiness, dancing, music, and having